What's good, everyone? Weeby is back in another video. This video is going to be another top 10. In the spirit of Halloween, I'm doing a top 10 ghost-type Pokemon from main game Sword and Shield. So we're looking at everything that can be found on the main, in the base version of Sword and Shield. So nothing you find in the Isle of Armor or the Crown Tundra will be on this list. Those will be coming later. So with that being said, without further ado, let's get into the rest of the video. Sitting at number 10, we have Drifblim. So Drifblim is mostly just a nostalgia thing. Drifblim is one of the few ghost-type Pokemon that have kind of just been there for the entire thing. When Drifblim was first introduced, the game Drifblim was first introduced marked the first time I believe you could have a full team of ghost-type Pokemon without repeating their evolution lines, because you had one evolution line introduced in Gen 1, you had just one more introduced in Gen 2, and I think you only had like 2 or 3 introduced in Gen 3. So Drifblim's generation introduced the time when you could actually have a team of 6 ghost-type Pokemon, and it's fantastic. Ghost-type is probably one of my favorite types. Aside from fighting and dragon. So those 3 are definitely like my favorite types. But yeah, I think that's about it. So let's move on. Sitting at number 9, we have Frostless. So Frostless is probably one of my favorite ice type. But naturally, there can't be a whole lot of my favorite ghost type. And Frostless just is pretty cut and dry with its moveset. Typically, it does learn some gnarly moves. Like Drain Kiss is pretty freaking sick. Definitely approve of that. But for the most part, like Fairy, Ice, Ghost, and like Normal are basically the types that Frostless can learn, which is rather unfortunate. But for the most part, I definitely do love Frostless. And in Gen 3, Glalie, which is Snorunt's other evolution, has been part of the Elite Four's team. I've used Glalie quite a bit in Gen 3. So I'm glad that they got another evolution in there. I probably would have streamlined it had Snorunt, Glalie, then Frostless, and probably would have had Glalie be a ghost as well. But that's just what I would have done in this situation. But yeah, not a whole lot to say about Frostless, so let's move on. Alright, sitting at number 8, we have Aegislash. So Aegislash has been my favorite since I started playing this. He's been pretty good. You don't see too many Ghost Steel type. In fact, he's the only one I could think of at the moment. Yeah, he's the only one I could think of that's a Ghost Steel type, which is pretty incredible. And he's got a unique ability, which is Stance Change, which changes him from defense or from his shield form to his blade form. His natural state is shield form, so he'll stay in this if he uses King Shield or anything like King Shield, or he'll switch to blade form when it uses an attack move. And King Shield is also a unique one. It's his unique attack. So definitely approve of that. Yeah, not a whole lot to say on Aegislash. It's badass. It's got a decent move set. And yeah, so let's move on. Alright, sitting at number 7, we have Raton. So Raton is on here because not only is Raton an electric ghost, to begin with, it also can change forms after you get a certain item that allows it to do form change. And it can stay in that form. So it's also like water, ice, fire, wind, grass even. So it's got a lot of different forms. Raton is one of the Pokemon that is used in everyday life as well. In this one, the Pokédex is part of the Raton. Right there, the storage facility for Pokemon is used is a Raton. Your phone is a Raton. Even your bike is a Raton. So it's a Raton bike. Yeah, so Raton is just widely used as an appliance Pokemon. And that aspect of it makes it used by just about everyone. And yeah, making Raton probably the most useful Pokemon in all of the games. Because it just is used in everyday life, in the games, but also you can use it in battle, and it's got various typings that you can use for that. But yeah, that's about all I could say for Raton. Alright, sitting at number 6, we have Sheninja. So Sheninja is it's on this list and this ranked this highly. One part due to nostalgia, and the other part due to his unique ability called Wonder Guard, which says that anything super effective will hit, but anything else is an automatic, just won't affect Sheninja. Meaning it's only got 5 different types that can actually hit it. Which is pretty incredible. It is immune to 13 different types. Which is fantastic. Right there automatically just makes me want to use this. But at the same time, using it competitively isn't really all that useful because people will mix and match their types when it comes to using competitive Pokemon. So for competitive stuff, not really all that useful. And even the NPC trainers are starting to do that. So, yeah, that's about all I have to say for Sheninja. All right, sitting at number 5, we have Chandelier. So Chandelier caught my eye when I first started playing Sword and Shield. It caught my eye as a Litwick. I'm like, oh, that's a adorable little candlestick Pokemon. And so I started using it. Finally evolved it to a Chandelier. And I'm like, oh, he's actually a pretty powerful fire type. So he's a fantastic fire type to keep on your team. He learns a decent variety of moves. And I actually do really like the design. This is one ghost type Pokemon that they really just wanted to make it look like a possessed inanimate object, basically. And they did. It looks fantastic. It definitely looks like a Chandelier that has been possessed by a ghost. Obviously, they had to make it look, kind of alive, and they did. But it still looks pretty fantastic. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about Chandelier. So yeah. All right, sitting in at number 4, we've got Trevant. So Trevant is a fantastic looking grass ghost Pokemon. Honestly, he reminds me of the little treant things from Diablo. Looking at him now. But he's got an awesome ability with Natural Cure. All status conditions heal when the Pokemon switches out. Fantastic. And he's got a decent variety of moves as well. He learns a ton of moves that are like, yeah, I'll heal you. He learns a grass one where it has something to do with branches or some shit. Leeching, I don't know. I lost it. I thought I knew it, and then I lost it. But he also learns Draining Punch. Yeah. I think that's about all I could say about Trevant as to why I like him. Or them, I should say. So yeah. Alright, sitting in number 3 spot, we've got Dragapult. So Dragapult is this ginormous looking dragon ghost thing. And honestly, he's ranked this highly because he's a pseudo legendary, and I absolutely love pseudo legendaries. But that's not the only reason. He's also got Clear Body, so Clear Body is an amazing skill that makes it so stat stuff, well, lowering stats won't work on me. And then he's got a signature move called Dragon Darts, where he shoots the little versions, the lower evolutions, from his little things on top of his head. And obviously being a dragon type as well gives him access to a vast plethora of moves, such as ice, electric, fire, ghost, dragon, flying, water. It gives him access to a lot of movesets. I'm sure rock is in there at some point. Earth, well, ground. But yeah, Dragapult, fantastic. Yeah, let's move on. All right, sitting at number 2, we've got Go Lurk. This giant behemoth behind me. So honestly, I don't even know why I like him. I just kind of instinctively flocked to him. When I was first playing through, I'm like, oh, this is an interesting looking thing. And honestly, I expected him to be like Steel type, and then it's like, oh, Ghost Ground. But he's pretty good. He's kind of just got no speed for the most part, and his special attack kind of sucks. But other than that, he's a pretty hard hitter, and he's pretty tanky. But he also learns a variety of moves. Yeah, not a whole lot I could say about him because I just kind of instinctively chose him at one point for one of my teams. So it's more of instinct, kind of. Yeah, it's weird. It's like when you just instinctively flock to certain people. Same thing. Yeah, let's move on. Fine. All right, sitting at number 1, we've got Gengar. So Gengar is absolutely just fantastic. I've liked Gengar since the beginning. He looks evil and vile, and since they start introducing like different forms that are better than evolution or whatever, such as Mega Evolution and Gigantamax, he's gotten the only things he hasn't gotten are like Alolan or Galarian forms, which would have been badass. I don't care what anyone says. An Alolan or Galarian Gengar would have been freaking amazing. But unfortunately, he didn't get any of those. But he has gotten both a Mega Evolution as well as a Gigantamax, which I am grateful for. But being a ghost, he learns a variety of moves. If you've played some of the other games that aren't like necessarily the strict main games, like if you played Pokemon Stadium or whatnot, stuff like that, he learns all sorts of moves like Thunder, Earthquake, and just crazy shit like that that has nothing to do with his typing. Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, that's about all I could say about Gengar. I don't know why I paused for so long. I think I was thinking of what else to say, but there really isn't anything else to say. Yeah, that being said, that's it for this video. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/LordWeebius. I'd love to see you. But yeah, that's about it. Happy Halloween, everyone. And I'll talk to y'all later.